Welcome to Frog Talk, an Auction Frogs podcast series all about events and fundraising in a post-2020 world. For more information on Auction Frogs and the services we offer, visit auctionfrogs.org today.
Hi, welcome to Frog Talk. I'm Corey Michaels. This is your leap into fundraising, and today, very excited to talk to her, Deborah Marshall with AmFund. Deborah, how are you?
I'm doing great. And when you're talking about partners being at the top of the heap, you guys are on the top of our list. We love working with you.
Well, and so do we. So, Deborah, why don't we just start with what is, for a nonprofit listening right now that doesn't know, what is AmFund? How did it start and its journey into the nonprofit world?
Well, I appreciate that question always. We are the American Fundraising Foundation, and we go by the short term of AmFund. And we are a 501c3 like other nonprofit organizations. And we were established to basically raise funds for other nonprofit organizations. And we do that, and our slogan is, "We fund your cause." And I think that's kind of it in a nutshell. I will tell you how we got our start, though, which I think is an interesting story, Corey. We had two broadcast journalists that were very well known, and they would often be asked to MC events. Mm-hmm. And so on one of those events, the female of the husband and wife team was at the podium, and the nonprofit organization came over to her and said, "I'm sorry, but we've lost our auctioneer for tonight." And she was the mistress of ceremonies, and I always say, never underestimate the power of a woman crooking her finger to her husband.
Yes.
And so she did. He was in the audience, and he came to the stage and said, "What is it? What do you want from me?" And she said, "Well, they've lost their auctioneer, and you're it." And he said, "But I don't know how to do that." And she said, "Well, that's too bad. You're doing it." And so he did, and he did extraordinarily well. In fact, he became a celebrity in his auctioneering abilities. And so we started with live auctions, and then we went to silent auctions. And we do a little bit of both now. And we also then in 2020 did the grand pivot and established virtual events and virtual online auction platform that we did in partnership with Auction Frogs. And I will tell you, just so many activities now as a result of that.
Well, and it has been, as a host of so many different events, from live galas for 35 years and now into the virtual world as well, and our over 50 that we've had. It is so nice to have a partner like AmFund, and working with you, working with Wendy and all the rest of the staff that is so passionate about being able to fund all and help in so many ways for all these nonprofits. It's amazing on my part. And of course, when I'm talking about auction items, if I'm talking about a trip to Greece, and during these uncertain times, all the great benefits of getting an AmFund trip and being able to add someone, having that extra time to go to be able to book that. There's so many reasons why, and I could go on and on about how incredible AmFund is, but it just adds this amazing panache to any silent auction, live auction.
Well, we call them our trips of a lifetime, and they really are. They're extraordinary opportunities for people to see something that they may not have had the opportunity to see before. And I will say this, that in addition to our fabulous international trips, we also have some extraordinary domestic trips as well. And I think that our signature component is that we offer 3 years with no blackout dates, and airfare is included, and so much in addition to that. And even with COVID, some people were coming up on the end of their 2 or 3 year window to travel, and people were concerned. And because we have our own travel agents that work within our organization and on our payroll, we were able to extend that another year. So can you imagine people getting 4 years to decide when they want to travel? I think it's extraordinary, and certainly something that as a partner with Auction Frogs, we felt it was the right thing to do. And it's proven out that people are appreciative of that.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Deborah, what is your why? What is your why? Why does this fill your cup? Why does working in the nonprofit sector, why does this excite you?
Well, I think that is certainly a marvelous question that you could ask anyone, because if we don't have a purpose in what we're doing, then we're no longer fulfilled. And I find my fulfillment here at this organization. I've had the privilege of working with some extraordinary organizations over my career. And honestly, when I came to Florida, I didn't know if I would even like it in Florida. And I absolutely love it. And so I'm sorry if your listeners are standing in 3 or 4 feet of snow or anything like that. I want you to know that Florida is my place for sure now. But when you talk about my why and my purpose, I think that is one of the things that I know that I'm supposed to be here, and I know that I am supposed to be leading this organization even from a culture standpoint of our employees, making absolutely certain that I'm mentoring individuals. That's always been a high calling for me, that I'm sharing growth opportunities for each and every one of our employees. And then to have the opportunity to teach other organizations about how they can better themselves in a wide variety of areas, whether it is in media training or in culture shifts in their organization or how to have the perfect event. And now whether we're talking about virtual events or in-person events or even hybrid events, which actually 2021 is kind of leading to a hybrid event platform, but having the opportunity to have a hand in each one of the organizations that we serve. That means that, I may not be able to assist the homeless beyond just occasional offerings of money or physical support. But I know that there are large organizations that are helping to feed the homeless. And I know that there are larger organizations that have a greater purpose than I can ever fulfill, but I can have my hands in it by helping them raise the money that they so desperately need. And often it's through those auctions that we have. We partner with Auction Frogs, and we're able to establish our own signature platform. We're just really, really thrilled to have that opportunity.
Well, Deborah, and that is why we love working with AmFund so much right there. It's that culture. It's that very similar values. And, with all of the partners that we work with, it's all about similar values. And we're all in this for the same reason. And we appreciate you and everyone there at AmFund so much.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate the partnership. We appreciate the talent on your end. And the fact that there is not a time that we don't pick up the phone and say, could you help us with this? And we have not only someone saying absolutely, but someone who knows what they're doing. It's been a new world for so many people, making a shift from in-person events to virtual events. And what we're seeing is that for the future, nonprofit organizations are going to start adding a virtual component. Even if they do a gala that's in person, they're going to continue to do this virtual event because they recognize the value of it. They recognize the fact that they have a broader reach than they ever had before with everyone. We used to have maybe 350 to 500, even 1,000 people to attend a gala. But if you've got a subscription rate to an organization that has 10,000 or 20,000 subscribers, just think the reach for that. And that's not to discount those 6 degrees of separation for people that are sharing information. So it's an extraordinary opportunity. I could not be happier that we are partnered with Auction Frogs.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much, and I look forward to coming out to Florida soon.
Thank you. You'll be welcome. We will treat you well.
Deborah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Frog Talk, an Auction Frogs podcast series all about events and fundraising in a post-2020 world. For more information on Auction Frogs and the services we offer, visit auctionfrogs.org today.